Oh, yeah, no, yeah.
It's just the other one, so
No,
it's
just
just,
the first one. I
it'll be
mean,
fun.
I don't know if you like it or not.
You do not. But even if I don't like people, I still try to go on.
You can do Alan's turning.
That's true. That's true.
How fast is it? Please tell me not too fast.
No, they're not too fast. That's perfect. Yeah,
I thought Margaret, but I think Margaret actually might be.
yeah, that's
I'll do it some other time. Yeah, exactly. We just put it in one time and take it out the other. There you go. Are you coming? Are you coming? Oh, I'm waiting. I'm waiting for you to disconnect. Every day. Go down. Trying to. I'm so sorry. I really have to. There it is. We have a monthly. Very short. Oh, and so we weren't expecting that. Last year. Yes, the stars.
Good morning, and welcome to the First Unitarian Church of St. Louis. My name is Steve Wilkie, and I'm a member of the worship committee. My pronouns are he, him, his. We are glad you could join us this Sunday, either in person or online. If you're a visitor or a newcomer, I'd like to extend a special welcome. And if you are new to our congregation, be sure to fill out the newcomer form found in the live stream description or one of the connection cards found in the lobby of the church in the entrance to the sanctuary. We hope you'll stay for coffee and donuts downstairs in Fellowship Hall after the service. Our congregation welcomes families with children. You are invited to connect with our Minister of Congregational Life, who's hiding, Sabrina Trupia, for more information about our religious education program. Summer RE will be held once a month starting on June 14th, so next Sunday. On other Sundays in the summer, children over 5 will stay with their parents in the sanctuary. The nursery welcomes anyone who's 0 to 5 years old. For those attending online, you can connect with each other in the chat, and don't forget that link for the virtual coffee hour that can be found in your weekly e-news. There are several announcements this morning. Today is the annual picnic. We will gather at noon after the service at the Turkish Pavilion in Tower Grove Park. Donations for the 2026-27 designated collections are being accepted now through July 13th. Nominations may only come from and must be community, nonprofits, or church programs and projects focused on addressing significant community challenges and serving those populations most affected, such as the unhoused, underserved, and families and children in need. See the e-news or church website for how to apply. The Women's Alliance of the First Unitarian Church of St. Louis announces its scholarship competition for the academic year 2026-2027. The award of $5,000 goes to a woman who is 21 years or older, so Erin just missed it, responsible financially for continuing her education, a member or active friend of a Unitarian Universalist church, or fellowship in the region, and a registered student. Materials will be due July 31st, 2026. See the e-news for details. Now please center yourself in preparation for worship. Welcome to the First Unitarian Church of St. Louis. As this is the first Sunday of the month, I share our Congressional Acknowledgement of Displaced People written by Chris Ty, who I saw somewhere. We acknowledge the fact that our church occupies what once was the home of the Osage Nation, Otay Missouri, Kickapoo, Kupa, Ho-Chunk, Miami, Illini Confederacy, and other tribes who were unjustly removed and who still continue to face injustice today. We stand in solidarity with them, and we celebrate their continued resilience. Here, we affirm the worth and dignity of all who enter. We gather in community, understanding we are all sacred beings, diverse in culture, experience, identity, and theology. Our values invite us to a shared journey of truth and meaning-making. Together, we foster a spirit of gratitude and generosity so that all may feel welcome and all can thrive. We are glad you are together with us this morning. Now please enjoy the prelude, Morning Has Broken, performed by Linda Batterson.
Mic on. There we go. Good morning. Apparently I was distracted and forgot to put my lavalier mic on. Good morning. I am the Reverend Kim Mason and I use she, her pronouns. This morning we begin the month of flourishing together. What better way to celebrate our communal flourishing than with a picnic? And I'm going to guess that's where some of our folks are right now. They're just going to meet us in the park. They were like, church schmerch, it's just the picnic. So I welcome you into worship with these words from the Reverend Lynn Cox. Come, you accidental pilgrims, you who find yourself on a journey of surprise and wonder. Come, you who emerge into this place as an act of liberation. Come, you who seek a life of mindfulness and a place to test your thoughts. Come, you who bring hearts of all kinds, heavy hearts, rusty hearts, hearts broke open in revelation, hearts full of love to share. Come, you who seek courage, and you who have more courage than you realize. Come, you who stand in the back, gathering up the resources to claim your truth. Come, you who have seen possibility, you who are poised for transformation. We begin our adventure gathering courage, love, mindfulness, and a sense of purpose. We gather as people of all ages, of different abilities, different backgrounds, and different perspectives. We share a covenant, a direction for our shared journey, and a commitment and a challenge to encourage one another to spiritual growth. This path will ask much of us. Let us move forward with love. Let us move forward with appreciation for one another. Let us move forward knowing we are not alone. Whoever you are, whatever your gifts, you are welcome on this journey. Now please rise as you are willing and able and join in our hymn of the month, number 65. We don't always get to be so on the nose these sweet June days.
We light our chalice today with words from the Reverend Mark Morrison Reed. The central task of the religious community is to unveil the bonds that bind us all, that binds each to all. There is a connectedness, a relationship discovered amid the particulars of our own lives and the lives of others. Once felt, it inspires us to act for justice. It is the church that assures us that we are not struggling for justice on our own, but as a member of a larger community. The religious community is essential, for alone our vision is too narrow to see all that must be seen, and our strength too limited to do all that must be done. Together, our vision widens and our strength is renewed.
Good morning, everyone. I'm the Reverend Sabrina Trupia. My pronouns are they and them, and I'm the Minister of Congregational Life here. And before I start today's connection moment, I wanted to point out that this is the summer connection moment, which is a little different, but the thing that is as in common with the connection moment that we do during the program year is that it makes you think. So what we're going to be doing is mostly stories and with a meaning. So today we start with this book called We Are the Builders, which is a children's book version of the grown-up Social Change Now, which was the common read, the UU common read for last year, and some of the people in the social justice community have read, and there is a poster down in Fellowship Hall, which you will not see today because we're going to the picnic, but it's there just in case you want to look at it next time. It's written by Deepa Iyer and illustrated by Romina Galata. So, let's go. Welcome to our community day. Ready to find your role to play? Hey. Hello? Are there pictures? I can show the book. This is Community Day. I promise I sent the pictures, but okay. And the narrator is a little girl. My name is Ramla. I'm your guide. Follow me and stay by my side. So many grown-ups and kids are here. Everyone wants to volunteer. There is plenty to do in our town. Help new friends, plant trees in the ground. The time is now. Let's all play a part, listen and learn. And here's the question that I want you to think about throughout this book, which is not that long. What moves your heart? What moves your heart? Because this is what is important about a community is that we do what moves our heart. We are the builders. We form and forge, construct and fix, improve homes with nails and bricks. See those old desks, tables, and chairs? Good as new with some repairs. Who wants to join the builders? We are the caregivers. There's a lot of caregivers. I know there are here. We comfort, console, soothe, and cheer. Care kits for all, near and dear. Acts of service and words that mend. How can I help my new friend? Who wants to join the caregivers? I don't, expect an answer or anything. But these are questions. We are the frontline responders. There is a picture of windy seas, tornado type things. We plan and protect, stay prepared, storms brewing, but don't be scared. Stock cans of soups, bags of fresh fruits, gather warm coats, gloves, and boots. Who wants to join the first responders? There they are, stocking food. We are the disruptors. These are the people who march. We declare, demand, demonstrate, call for change, don't hesitate, raise our voices, banners, and beats, meet and march out in the streets. Who wants to join the disruptors? And here, it's a little bit different. We are the experimenters. We scan, invent, and improvise, solve heart problems with fresh eyes. What if these used bottles and rags could become backpacks and bags? Who wants to join the experimenters, working with what we have? Now, there's a picture of people up on a hill. We are the visionaries. We dream, imagine, and inspire a world we can all admire. Fresh air, clean water, safe and free. Bright futures, that's what we see. See, they imagine that the seeds planted become a tree. Who wants to join the visionaries? And here, there is a circle, almost like a book club. We are the weavers. We stitch, we braid, we intertwine. Common threads link hearts and minds. When people fight or disagree, find what connects you and me. Who wants to join the weavers? That could be also the Makers Ministry. I don't know. We are the healers. People sitting doing yoga, holding hands. We renew, restore, and relieve. We tend to those who cry and grieve. Sometimes, when the world is too much, we nurture with breath and touch. Who wants to join the healers? We are the storytellers. We sing, we dance, we create art, bring joy and love heart to heart. Vibrant murals preserve our past, histories cherished at last. Who wants to join the storytellers? You don't even just tell a story with words, you can tell it with paint, with dance, with music. Of all the different roles to play, which one feels like you today? You could become a guide like me, show new folks what they can be. We mentor, we advise, we steer, share wisdom, honest and clear. You see all the types of people doing all the things all at once together. Oops. Now that it's clear what each can do, we want to hear from all of you. Well, later we will want to hear from all of you, right? What role would you choose? Who would you be? How will you change your community? And so, as I conclude, I remind you to think about the question I asked earlier. What moves your heart? The end. Go to sleep.
Now is the time in our service when we talk about some of those things moving our hearts. Flourishing together means being there for one another in times of struggle and celebration. Each week we build deeper relationships when we share our joys and sorrows. As we begin, you are welcome to come forward and place a stone in the bowl of water to symbolize the weight of your concerns, and or blow bubbles on the way back to your seat to celebrate your joys. Now is the time in our service when we share our sorrows and concerns. In our nation, we lament the decision by the Department of Defense to remove 180 separate religious affiliations from the U.S. military's list of religious affiliation codes. This eliminated the code for Unitarian Universalists, as well as humanists, atheists, and pagan traditions, and many others. Along with dozens of other religious traditions, UUs will be categorized broadly under other in military religious affiliation codes. Of the remaining 31 religious designations, 22 of them are Christian. Here is a statement from the Reverend Lieutenant Colonel George Tiger, Unitarian Universalist Army chaplain. Quote, "This was a short-sighted and exclusionary decision. It communicates something harmful, even if the DoD insists it is only administrative. Symbols matter. Visibility matters. Being named matters. When a faith tradition disappears from an official list, people understandably hear a message that they have been made less visible, less understood, even less welcome. At the same time, he wants to offer a word of assurance. This change does not erase Unitarian Universalists from the military. It does not remove the constitutional rights of UU service members. It does not change the standard for religious accommodation. It does not give commanders permission to deny care, ignore religious identity, or treat UU service members as if their faith is somehow less real. The legal standard remains the same: sincerely held belief." And from the UUA, we send our unwavering support for Unitarian Universalists in uniform and our UU military chaplains. We declare that no government action can erase our faith, nor lessen the powerful and necessary grounding it provides for those who serve. We are here. We will not be erased. In our congregation this week, we share our deep sympathy with Sherry and Carl Bassi on the recent death of Sherry's brother, Kirk. And we send healing prayers to Fran Hoffman's grandson, Henry, who was recently diagnosed with Burkitt's lymphoma. This morning, here together, we share the grief at a failed cancer treatment, and we lament growing older. It's not for suckers. We hold these concerns with tenderness and compassion. May they be lighter because they are shared. As a community, we also share our joys and celebrations with one another. This week, we congratulate Nita Penfold on the selection of her fiber art piece in the Soulard Art Gallery's Art in Honor of Nature show. Congratulations, Nita. Mindy Allen anticipates sharing her home with the Women's Alliance on Tuesday. The June picnic is always lots of fun. If you're part of the Women's Alliance, all are welcome. We celebrate the joy of cats. Was that you?
No. I would have said kittens.
We also celebrate kittens. Cats of all ages. We don't discriminate. Short hair, long hair, no discrimination. And we celebrate the joy of finding the perfect plant for the perfect pot in the garden. Jed, was that you? That was our house yesterday. We lift up these joys with gladness and celebration. May they be magnified because they are shared. With so much in our hearts and minds, please join me in a spirit of prayer and mindful attention with words from the Reverend D. Scott Cooper. Spirit of life and love, holy within and among us, we bow our heads in order to imagine not one path, but many. We imagine a path forward for those who cannot imagine any path forward. Because of poor health, financial hardship, family crisis, and other roadblocks we cannot begin to understand or imagine. We struggle to imagine a path forward for those who are forced to leave a homeland against their will, and for those unable to leave a war-torn homeland despite their lives being in danger. We imagine a path forward for those who leave their homes to make a better life for their families elsewhere. May we be a welcoming presence along the path toward hope. Spirit of life and love, great mystery. We come together to imagine a path forward for those of us despairing because we do not seem to know our country nor our neighbors, despite the fact that we have not moved at all. May we be the good we are hoping to find as we travel side by side down the path toward hope. We imagine a path forward for those who feel lonely. May we take one another's hand as we walk that path toward community. Spirit of love, source of inspiration. Truly, we know as we imagine these ways forward and take one another's hands, the path will lead to hope, the roads will lead to beloved community, and the arc will bend toward justice, because we have dared to travel with love in our hearts. In the name of all those who have traveled this way before us, and all who will come after, amen, and blessed be.
This morning's reading is Building the World We Believe In by poet Rosemary Watola Trommer. I haven't given up on humans yet. Though here in America, where mass agents pull women and men from their homes, people who build our communities, our country, we are so far from the goodness I imagine. In second grade, I remember making forts at recess with small snowballs we'd squeeze in our hands. So carefully, so gently, we would place them one on top of another to create a small home. And then, maybe every time, when the recess bell rang, a group of boys would linger, and at the last moment, they'd kick our snow walls down. It is in all of us, the bully, the one who enjoys destruction, the one who wants to feel powerful, strong, but is also in us all to speak out for each other, to stand up for each other, to say, no, that is not okay. It is in all of us to gather the way we did in second grade with our small, mitted hands, going out the next recess and the next, to build together again. Because we can.
The First Unitarian Church of St. Louis strives to be a welcoming congregation, inspiring lives of loving kindness and integrity by nurturing spirituality, building community, and advancing justice. Your gifts this morning support the mission and ministry of this congregation in the St. Louis region and beyond. This morning's offering will now be received. I feel like each week when I open the e-news, I see another gardening day on the calendar for a bright and early Saturday morning. It is a gift from all of those folks who show up and pull weeds, who show up and rake leaves, who prune and plant, who tend to what is actually a really large green space here in the city. For the gift of the gardeners, for your gifts this morning and every day, thank you. A few years ago, we shared a picture book in worship. It was a beautiful book with a clever rhyming scheme, a poem, really. And we're going to share it again this morning, just the text, because I want you to hear the words. And because it's always nice to hear a different voice, Steve's going to read it.
I'm just going to go first. What We'll Build by Oliver Jeffers. What shall we build, you and I? Let's gather our tools for a start, for putting together and taking apart. Let's build a door where there was none. We'll build a house to be our home. I'll build your future, and you'll build mine. We'll build a watch to keep our time. We'll build some love to set aside, and build a hole where we can hide. A fortress to keep our enemies out, and higher walls for when they shout. But you don't always lose, and you don't always win. So we'll build a wall, or we'll build a gate to let them in. We'll build a table to drink our tea and say, I'm sorry, me too, me three. We'll build a tower to watch the sky and other worlds that pass us by. Let's build a tunnel to anywhere. Let's build a road up to the moon. Let's build a comfy place to rest, for we'll be tired soon. Let's build a boat that can't be broken, that will not sink or be cracked open. A place to stay when all is lost, to keep the things we love the most. That doesn't rhyme. We'll put these things beside the earlier love we set aside. I think that we may want them later when times are hard and needs are greater. But first things first, let's build a fire, for we've planned a lot, and now we're tired. It'll keep us warm like when we're born. Then we'll say goodnight, as all's all right. These are the things we'll build, you and I. I'll build your future and you'll build mine. We'll build a watch to keep our time. We'll build some love to set aside.
I'll build your future, and you'll build mine. We'll build a watch to keep our time. We'll build some love to set aside. Author, activist, and scholar Grace Lee Boggs used to begin her trainings by asking participants, "What time is it on the clock of the world?" There are lots of interpretations of this question. My clock app tells me on the world clock that it is 10:35 here, 3:35 p.m. in Reykjavik, and 6:35 p.m. in Yemen. There's also the climate clock, which says that we have 3 years and 46 days to limit climate warming to just 1.5 degrees Celsius. In the early 90s, the band The Spin Doctors had a song, "What Time Is It?" Do you remember the line? What time is it? 4:30. It's not late. No, it's early. Oh boy, y'all. Oh my gosh. All right, I'm having a Gen X moment. All right.
I'm with you.
Thank you. The song lamented the out-of-control news cycle and the chaos of global conflict. On the doomsday clock, we are 85 seconds to midnight. The Bulletin of the Atomic Scientists Science and Security Board, which sets the doomsday clock, changed the time this past January, calling for urgent action to limit nuclear arsenals, create international guidelines on the use of AI, and form multilateral agreements to address global biological threats. The clock was previously set to 89 seconds to midnight. In her book, Social Change Now, A Guide for Reflection and Connection, author and organizer Deepa Iyer explains that for Boggs, the question, "What time is it on the world clock?" was an invitation to remember that change happens across history, time, and space. to understand the complex conditions affecting different parts of the world, and to reflect on one's own readiness to take action. Iyer reflects on the fierce urgency of now, a term first coined by the Reverend Dr. Martin Luther King Jr., and acknowledges that many of us are also feeling disillusioned, almost reaching the brink of individual and collective despair. She shares some of these things she hears in workshops and trainings. Stop me when something sounds familiar. I feel overwhelmed and confused about how to address all these big issues. Yep, there we go, there's one. I've been doing this forever and it feels like nothing really changes. I see some head nods. As a young person, I often wonder how my generation will deal with all the issues that we have inherited. Yeah, I see some nods. I want to step in, but I'm worried that I don't know enough or have the right words, and I'll be called out. Yeah, some more head nods. My organization doesn't have the capacity to adequately respond to community needs and internal staff concerns. More head nods. It's a lot. It's a lot sometimes. Does it help to know that you are not alone in your concerns? Yeah. We come to church in part to know that we are not alone. Being part of social change efforts, says Iyer, is one of the most important ways we can connect with each other at a time when society insists upon compartmentalizing us into silos of identity, thought, political alignment, and geography. When we engage in social change, we resist these silos and choose connection and solidarity. When we participate in social change programs, we build our common future. I'll build your future, and you'll build mine. We'll build a watch to keep our time. We'll build some love to set aside. In the connection moment earlier, we heard the question, what moves your heart? Did something come to mind for you? What was it? Go ahead. Anybody want to share? Homelessness. Yeah. Wildlife? Yeah. Music. Children. Beauty of nature. Grandchildren. Connection. Community. The plight of the people in detention centers.
You think about Hitler's Germany. What's the difference between losing all humanity, a concentration camp, or a detention center?
Yeah.
What I don't understand is why America is not, totally mobilized against us.
Worries about the loss of our humanity and the descent towards fascism. There is so much on our hearts, so much we want to save. We win, friends, when we save what we love, when we save the things that move our hearts. This morning's service is inspired by Deepa Iyer's Social Change Now, and I would say like 50% of the book is reflection questions. Read a page, have a page of questions. Read a page, have a page of questions. So we're going to go a little deeper this morning. We haven't done this in a few months. We're going to do a turn and share. We're going to invite you to build connections by talking to one another. We're going to take 5 or 6 minutes and share in pairs, but don't leave anybody out, so make a triad if that's what's best. If you're online, I did bring my phone up here, and you can put your thoughts into the chat, and I will share them out here. Take 2 or 3 minutes each and answer this question. Take stock of the past few years. What are the external events that have affected and shaped your life? How have you reacted? Have you been motivated to act? Have you felt outraged or numb or disillusioned? Give yourself grace and permission to feel all your feelings. I'm going to ring our bell to signal our beginning, and then I'll ring it again at the end. Or I'll do it louder. Hi. How are you? How have the past few years been for you? This is your 1-minute warning. Go ahead. You don't have to stop yet, but go ahead and find a good wrapping up point for your conversation. How was that? Did you hear something that felt familiar? Did you hear something that surprised you? We are each on a journey of engagement and commitment. We've made a choice about whether or not to get onto the highway of social change, to participate in the journey. At various points along the way, we will find ourselves in different situations, roles, and emotional states. Knowing where your strengths, trainings, and experience converge can help identify the right place for you on the journey toward social change. And the right place is where you have partners and collaborators, where you feel not only competent, but where you can be successful. There is an old wisdom tale about an elephant and a monkey. The proud monkey and the massive elephant were best friends. But they had this ongoing argument about who was better. Maybe they were frenemies. Was it better to be quick and agile or strong and sturdy? Back and forth they went, back and forth, big, fast, strong, flexible. To settle their dispute, they sought the wisdom of an owl. And the owl gave them a challenge. Get the bananas from a tree across this raging river. The elephant easily walked across the river, but his great size prevented him from climbing the tree, and even his trunk couldn't reach the fruit. The monkey, being small and nimble, it was very easy for him to get up to the bananas, but, well, it would have been, except that he was completely trapped by the deep, rushing water and couldn't even get to the tree. Realizing they were stuck, the monkey and the elephant decided to work together. The elephant let the monkey ride on his back across the river, and the monkey scampered up the tree to retrieve the bananas. Together, they achieved what was impossible alone. In Ayer's model of social change, we achieve together what is impossible alone. She says, we exist in an ecosystem, and when we come together around shared values and goals and play our roles effectively and collaboratively, we can make our boldest visions a reality. To that end, it means finding your role and working together. It means releasing arguments about which role is more important, which role is better, and recognizing instead that together we can achieve what was impossible alone. We need all the roles. We heard the roles earlier in the connection moment. Mo's put them up here on the screen for you. Frontline responders, visionaries, storytellers, guides, caregivers, builders, disruptors, experimenters, weavers, healers. These roles help us understand our capacity and can shift depending on circumstance and need. They help us identify connections and keep our ego and privilege in check. Each of these roles is necessary, and no one is more important than another. In your conversations with each other a moment ago, you may have identified a role you played, or you may have identified a role you gave up. It is possible to change roles, to do a role for a long time and then teach someone else how to do the role. Maybe you recognize the role you play even if you didn't articulate it. Maybe you've taken on different roles in different times and places in your life before you even got here or after you leave. Maybe you're the elephant, maybe you're the monkey, maybe you're the owl. Whatever your role, you have a place in the ecosystem that is the congregation and the community. We are building a future where we all flourish together. However, it's not always easy. It is messy and exhausting work. I was at the gym last week, and the coach leading the workout said, if you feel like you're about to die, turn down the intensity. Duh. The way we turn down the intensity, because it feels like the intensity just keeps ramping up in the world. The way we turn down the intensity is by working together and sharing the load. It's picking our lane, finding our role, sharing our resources, and collaborating together. Iyer builds on the idea of the ecosystem, saying that one of the ways we turn the burner down is by tending to the ecosystem. Because, friends, we're in this for the long haul. That means cultivating skills and resources in everyone and taking a water break when you need to. Or in a different metaphor, it's recognizing that an ecosystem functions like a choir, where a long, sustained note is held by staggered breathing, where each individual singer takes a breath when needed, but the overall sound is uninterrupted. We are in this together. You are not alone. We are building the world we believe in, the world we believe is possible, the world of mutual thriving, where we work and rest, collaborate and build, play and celebrate. We participate in the fullness of community. Iyer says, quote, our belief in the promise of social change through connections with one another is why we keep trying after feeling disappointment, why we keep returning after grieving, why we keep fighting after resting. It's why we keep building after systems fail, why we keep on loving even when we are experiencing heartbreak. It's why we take actions that embody solidarity, resistance, and hope. It's why we infuse our efforts with joy, passion, affirmation, and healing. We intuitively know that something better is blooming, growing, emerging, and we want to be part of that momentum, that stream, that journey, that flourishing together. What shall we build together, you and I? How about love? Let's start building. Our hymn, our closing hymn, is 1017. It's a song about the world we will build together. Please rise as you are willing and able. Our time together has concluded, but our connection remains. Just as the chalice will be extinguished and its heat and light remain, we are here together in body and in spirit. In sharing community this day, we journey together on a path toward deeper understanding, fuller compassion, broader justice, and greater love. May it be so. Amen. Blessed be, and go in peace. Please stay for the postlude, and then, as your final act of worship, turn and invite your neighbor to attend the picnic. We'll see you at noon in Tower Grove Park.